Welcome back to USA Car Reviews, where we dive into the heart and soul of the American automobile. Today, we're talking about a car that has stirred up more excitement, more nostalgia, and more controversy than almost any other in recent years. This is the 2026 Pontiac GTO Reborn. For decades, enthusiasts have been asking for the return of Pontiac's most legendary muscle car, and now, after years of speculation, rumors, and wishful thinking, the GTO is back. But is it worthy of its name? Is it the rebirth fans have been waiting for, or just another retro cash grab? Let's find out. First, let's take a moment to appreciate what the Pontiac GTO has meant in American car culture. Back in the 1960s, when John DeLorean and his team slipped a big V8 into a mid-sized Pontiac Tempest, they weren't just making another car. They were creating an entire movement. That first GTO in 1964 is often called the car that kicked off the muscle car era. It was bold, it was loud, it was affordable performance at a time when younger drivers were craving speed and style. Over the years, the GTO evolved. It grew more powerful, more aggressive, and at one point, it was one of the fastest things you could buy with a factory warranty. Models like the 1966 and 1969 GTO, and of course the famous Judge package, became instant classics. Even when the GTO disappeared in the 1970s, its legend lived on. And when Pontiac briefly revived it in the early 2000s using the Australian Holden Monero, fans were divided. Some loved the modern performance, while others thought it lacked the styling punch of the original. So here we are, in 2026, and Pontiac, or rather the brand revived under GM's performance division, has decided it's time to bring back the GTO again. The very first thing you notice about the new 2026 Pontiac GTO Reborn is its styling. This car has presence. The design team clearly studied the late 60s models, especially the 1966 and 1967 GTOs, and brought many of those cues into a modern interpretation. Up front, you have the iconic split grille, now sharper and more aggressive, framed by quad headlights that echo the stacked look of the original. The hood features a functional scoop, just like the old Ram Air models, feeding cool air into the engine. There's muscle in the body lines, with flared fenders and a fastback roofline that screams power. Around back, the taillights pay homage to the horizontal designs of the past, but with a modern LED signature that lights up like a piece of jewelry. The stance is low, wide, and unmistakably muscular. And the best part, it avoids looking like a retro cartoon. Instead, it feels like a natural evolution, as if Pontiac had never gone away and just kept improving the GTO for 60 years. Now, looks are one thing, but a GTO has always been about what's under the hood. This is where things get interesting. The 2026 Pontiac GTO Reborn offers two main powertrain options. The standard model comes with a 6.2-liter naturally aspirated V8, producing around 490 horsepower and 480 pound-feet of torque. It's mated to either a 6-speed manual transmission or a 10-speed automatic, giving purists and modern drivers both what they want. For those who want more, there's the GTO Judge Edition, which cranks things up with a supercharged version of that same V8, pushing out a staggering 670 horsepower and 640 pound-feet of torque. This puts it right in line with the Dodge Challenger Hellcat and even Ford's Shelby GT500, but with its own Pontiac flavor. 0 to 60. In the Judge, you're looking at just over 3.2 seconds. Top speed, north of 200 miles per hour. And yes, it still roars. The exhaust note is tuned to give you that deep, chest-thumping rumble, reminding everyone within earshot that this isn't just a car, it's a GTO. Performance doesn't stop at the engine. The chassis has been designed with modern technology but old-school fun in mind. The car uses GM's Alpha platform, the same one that underpins the Cadillac CT5-Volt Blackwing, which means it's got incredible rigidity and balance. Magnetic ride control adaptive suspension comes standard, allowing the GTO to cruise smoothly on the highway or carve corners with sports car precision. Brembo brakes with massive 6-piston calipers up front make sure this muscle car stops as well as it goes. Rear-wheel drive is standard, of course, because that's what a GTO should be, but for the first time, Pontiac offers an optional all-wheel drive system on the Judge, making it a true 4-season performance machine. Tires are massive, with Michelin Pilot Sport 4S rubber ensuring grip when you need it most. Step inside the 2026 GTO and you'll see the designers tried to strike a balance between retro charm and modern comfort. The dashboard features round analog gauges with digital accents, recalling the classic cockpits of the late 60s. A large touchscreen sits in the center for infotainment, but it's seamlessly integrated so it doesn't dominate the design. Materials are high quality, with leather, aluminum, and even optional wood trim available. The seats are deeply bolstered for performance driving but comfortable enough for long trips. And yes, you can still get a classic manual shifter if you choose the stick. Technology includes wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, a premium Bose sound system, and all the modern driver aids you'd expect, though most of them can be turned off if you want a raw experience. But here's the big question. Does the 2026 Pontiac GTO Reborn live up to the name? In my opinion, yes. It's not just a styling exercise or a rebadged import. This car feels American. It feels like Pontiac's heritage was respected but updated for a new era. It's got the looks, the power, and the attitude. It's the kind of car that makes you turn your head twice when you see it on the road. And importantly, it's not trying to be everything to everyone. It's not a bland crossover. It's not a watered-down EV with a famous badge slapped on it. It's a muscle car, plain and simple. That's what Pontiac did best, and that's what this GTO delivers. Of course, some people will complain. Some will say Pontiac as a brand shouldn't have come back, or that muscle cars don't belong in 2026, when the industry is heading toward electrification. But Pontiac was always about passion, and passion doesn't follow trends. Besides, GM has hinted at a hybrid and even a fully electric version of the GTO coming in the future, but for now, we get the good old gasoline-burning monster we've been waiting for. Pricing starts around $55,000 for the base V8 model and climbs up toward $85,000 for the Judge with all the performance goodies. Not cheap, but when you compare it to the performance it delivers, it's a solid value. So, to wrap it all up, the 2026 Pontiac GTO Reborn is more than just a car. It's a statement. It's proof that American muscle is not dead, and that heritage still matters in the automotive world. Whether you're an old-school fan who had a GTO back in the day or a new enthusiast who just loves the idea of a big V8 coupe with attitude, this car has something to offer. It's bold, it's brash, it's beautiful, and most importantly, it's a GTO. Pontiac may have been gone for years, but with this car, it feels like it never really left. Thanks for watching USA Car Reviews. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the new GTO, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more American muscle content, and let us know in the comments what you think. Would you buy the new 2026 GTO? Does it live up to the legend, or do you think it falls short? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Until next time, keep those engines roaring and stay passionate about the road ahead.